Oh, sorry for the delayed start, folks, but we'll get cracking now. Hi. So, as I said in the introduction, my name's Craig. I'm a PhD student from the University of Stirling up in Scotland. So, I'm the co-originator and currently the organiser at StirHack. We're going into the third year. And I thought I'd start with just showing you what our campus looks like, because on the one hand, it's absolutely gorgeous, and on the second, location is actually really important for where this talk comes from. So if we take a look at Stirling, what's it like? It's a small city, nestled between Dundee, Edinburgh, Glasgow. It's a small university with a small but growing tech scene. So that might scream problem, but for me it's actually opportunity, and it's opportunity writ large based on what we all do, right? Which is building communities. So whether that's organising and attending our hackathons or events like this, as far as I see things, we're facilitating a layer of community. So we've got the hackathon there where we all bubble along rather nicely, and then the university layer lives on top of that, where our clubs and societies live. Then you've got borough, city, world, call it what you like, where the various buildings like this will live. And I'm very conscious of the fact that from a StirHack perspective, and potentially from your events as well, that we take from these layers, but we don't always give back. And there may be ways we can give back, but we're not always doing that. So that really is where this talk comes from. How do we leverage location, and how do we give back? So Stirling's opportunity, right? So when you look at it, those are the players in Stirling who are looking at one thing, which is outreach and engagement at bringing the next bunch of students through. So we're moving out beyond the hackathon, and we're looking to bring people from high school right through into the world, if you like. And we sort of said, well, we're all doing the same thing. There's only 7 high schools. There's not enough students to go around. Why don't we work together, avoid duplication of effort, and actually better target our resources to give the kids, hopefully, a better experience? So obviously we've got aims, right? We're coming at this as StirHack. We've got a few aims there. We want to give back to the wider community. If we're not doing that, it's not worth it doing. We're looking for year-round opportunities to engage, right? Unless you're Kevin and you're doing something every different weekend, right? But we'll do something more than just the one hackathon a year, but do something under the StirHack banner. And also develop our volunteers and local students. Volunteers are phenomenal, right? They help us with events so much. They get some soft skill development during the hackathon, but if we can give them more, fantastic. Same with the students. If we can give them that experience that pushes them towards computer science at an early age, or that one thing that goes in their CV or their UCAS application that might get them into university or that job, we're looking for it. So aims lead to outcomes, right? So what do I want? A sustainable series of events that we can do year on year. We'll evaluate definitely, but build up a bank of different events that we can run. So if another school or another group of schools comes to us and says, hey, we're interested in what you're doing, can you help? We've actually got a bank of resources we can give to them. And also a new direction for StirHack. So we're actually moving out beyond our little hackathon there, and we're into the community and we're helping where we can. And the opportunities for funding is another hopeful outcome, in the sense that if we advertise what we're doing, it might be more attractive to sponsors, right? They're feeding into this wider ecosystem. But also, moving away from the hackathon itself, when you start to look at different elements of the community in different groups, different bits of funding actually become available in different pots, like the Big Lottery Fund, which you wouldn't normally get through the hackathon process. And enhanced skills for students and volunteers, right? That's kind of standard. So what can you do in all this, right? Pretty simple, but figure out what your community needs. You're not all from Stirling, right? It's kind of obvious. But what your community needs will be different to mine. Figure out, is it a new hackathon? Is it a series of talks? Is it speaking to the kids of the parents of the students rather, to let them understand what a computer science degree or working at hackathon could actually bring to their kids? And speak to people in your local area. Find out who's around, what they're doing. And it might be preaching to the converted here, but that's a lot of what we've done, is figuring out who exists, why they're there, and where our agendas overlap, and then figuring out where we can actually collaborate. So what are we actually doing, right? So we've got a year-long series of events with our S2 and S6 students. S6, 17, 18-year-olds, S2, 12 to 14 bracket. 4 events, 2 for each group, and the 7 local schools, they're all for this, right? They've actually been very active in driving the development of this project. So with the S6 students, we're starting with their skills. So web dev they already have, and we're doing a little bit different, right? We're saying, okay, don't just build, think about why you're building, because it's important. And then we're giving them some big data skills. We're throwing a data set at them, and we're just letting them loose on it to see what happens. Could be good fun. The younger students, we're doing something different, and perhaps a bit heretically, we're not doing any programming to start with, right? We're starting with something a bit different. Every single student will be doing this in S2, bit of teamwork, bit of UX UI design. Things they don't normally get in their coursework. The teams will actually be gender balanced by the schools as well, so we're putting that as a key focus in what we're doing. And we're hoping to leverage their experience as digital consumers to become the digital creators. There'll be 14 winning teams there, and then they'll actually go on to build their designs. So they've got a start to finish experience of what they're doing. And throughout this entire process, everything's actually going to be driven by the students. Their input is critical to this in terms of how it goes in the future. They're going to be the central voice. We'll give them opportunities to present to us, to academia, to industry, to tell us why what they're doing matters, why they've done what they've done, and what their experiences are. And we'll be looking for opportunities where we can actually display their work in a whole range of opportunities. And, because we're not shouting about their successes and what they're doing in their stories, then really we're failing them. And the first project actually starts tomorrow, so we're pretty excited about that. So to sort of come into a summary here, what can you do? Well, if you actually want to move out beyond the hackathon there, and it's fine if you want to stay there, but if you want to move out, then you need to realise that the problems you want to tackle will be many, they'll be difficult, it won't be an easy solution, they're not going to happen overnight. And the one thing they've all got in common though is the solutions aren't naturally occurring phenomena, they're going to take a lot of work. If it's worth doing, then you might as well be doing it, and it's cliched, right? But if you actually want to make a change, you've got to actually go be that difference you want to see happen. So, thank you.